Hello, I don't know how to begin this video. I found these groups of posters, helpful rebuttals for people arguing against BLM. I'm mostly just kind of humored that these even exist, because if this isn't groupthink, or at least an attempt at it, then I don't know what is.
About racism, anti-blackness, or violence.
I will use my voice in the most uplifting way possible.
I will use my voice in the most uplifting way possible.
And also, look how awesome my hair looks.
And do everything in my power to educate my community.
And do everything in my power to educate my...
It's curly, it's in its place, it's not all frazzled. Yeah, that's the main point I'm trying to make. I was kind of surprised that something like this even exists. It's essentially a groupthink poster to support Black Lives Matter, and you don't even have to think anymore. You can just go down the syllabus of these posters and figure out what your position is and how to argue. It kind of blew my mind, and I was, kind of ish about the Black Lives Matter movement. I was really shocked and appalled when George Floyd died the way he did. I don't think anyone should die like that, being executed by the cops, because that's not what our system is supposed to be. I do agree that the police should be reformed. I was so amused that this poster actually exists, and we're gonna go through it together. Okay, these are helpful rebuttals for racist talking points. Anti-racism groupthink. That's my title for it. I'm kind of annoyed by this graphic because it is a PDF, but you can't highlight anything because it's an image. If you're gonna make something an image, make it a JPEG, okay? Don't make it a PDF, because it tricks people into thinking they can actually highlight things, but they can't. And that is my takeaway as a graphic designer. This video is over. It is what it is. Gotta keep pissing people off. I'm just gonna read this to you as if I'm a kindergarten teacher, because everyone hates reading because the education system sucks, and I guess that's what I do now. Cops kill more white people than black people. There are an estimated 5.7 times more white people in America than black people, so yes, by sheer numbers, white people are killed by police more. Cops don't kill white people simply because they're white, and black people are killed by cops at a rate 3 times higher than white people. And consider this, the fact that police brutalize and kill people is a problem in general, which is why we should be against all police brutality, yes. You know what? I think that is what this movement should really be about, is against police brutality. I'm not saying race doesn't play a part in that, but I mean, corrupt cops aren't gonna only be assholes to one race if they get off on that kind of thing. They're not gonna stop and be like, wait, they're white, I'm not gonna hit him on the head with a baton. I don't think that's a thing. I mean, I'm sure some cops are really racist and do that, but I guess it doesn't matter at this point. Cops don't kill white people simply because they're white. So you're implying that cops kill black people just because they're black. Okay. Oh geez, if I wanted to get really brutal, I could throw up some statistics about how black people commit more crime. But that's actually the next one. Black people commit more crime. Crimes committed by black people are more reported and or over-attributed in a corrupt system that values arrest quotas. That's kind of a loaded statement. Okay, alright, so I guess you're saying, whoever made this is saying that black crime is over-reported. We could do with reporting a little bit less crime. Are you insinuating that it's white people calling the cops on black people? Because you're not saying it explicitly, but let's just assume that's what you mean. As part of electrification. There is often a higher police presence in diverse neighborhoods than in white neighborhoods. There is more police surveillance in general and more instances of new white residents calling law enforcement on people of color for perceived misdemeanors. Okay, so now you're going to actually say it. Okay, like noise complaints, behaving suspiciously, more crimes being attributed to Black and Latinx. This kind of irks me a little bit because you're saying Black Lives Matter, and then you say people of color, and then you say Latinx. And that is because you're trying to be PC, and Latino is the male term, the masculine term, and Latina is the feminine term. But actually, if you look at Spanish, if you're talking about both of them, then it's Latino, and that is the correct term, because one drop of testosterone makes it all Latino. But you're not aware of that because, surprise, surprise, I bet you don't even really care about police brutality against Latinos.
Well, Kelsey, look at the bright side. Danielle's a wonderful girl who likes me better than you.
Why is that the bright side?
Because burn!
Because I sure as hell have not heard any outrage over that. I could be wrong, but I've never heard of that. So feel free to just throw some shit my way that speaks the contrary. Crimes. Being attributed to Black and Latinx people is more reflective of excessive police presence. I can read. Police presence and white people making the calls, not proof POC, actually. Oh, that term, POC. It reminds me of POS, and I know that's not what they're going for, but like, people of color, let's just be vague in general, yes. What really pisses me off about this crap is that they have these sources that they're linked to, but I can't highlight it and look for myself because this is actually the original one, unless someone can find me a different one, but I mean, I can't highlight it, so I can't look at their sources. I'm not gonna sit there and type this really long Atlantic Post or Guardian and no, fuck you. I tried to find the original and this is as original as I could find, so. Well, let's pick apart this last statement. Problem is Black people commit more crime. So you're saying that it's reported more and a lot of their reporting is bullshit. So I guess it matters through the source that you have if the statistics are on 911 calls or actual reported crime and arrests. And otherwise, I don't really know what you're preaching. Just that we should pull more cops out of high crime neighborhoods, no matter what, race majority is there. And the problem will take care of itself because there won't be as much crime reported. So you're saying that the neighborhood should just report less crime so that it doesn't make certain groups look bad. Okay, I'm gonna go along with that because I don't understand anything else about how I'm supposed to interpret that. What about Black on Black crime? Well, what about it? Because according to them, they're discussing racism and Black people don't kill each other just because they're Black. Black people, historically, and I know I'm not allowed to say this because I'm white, they have a lot of racism in between their community and racist towards each other for basically what percentage white they actually are. House N-word, field N-word, you can't prove that statement. Okay, here's where it gets kind of juicy. Where I see kind of a glimpse of what the movement could have been if it wasn't just exclusively about a race issue. which it predominantly is. So they say, secondly, if you compared white and black neighborhoods, first of all, why is black capitalized as a proper noun but white isn't? Who knows? It's just English language. Black is a proper noun, but white isn't. Okay. Well, you already get to create your own world and your own rules, so I guess I'm not surprised. White and black neighborhoods with similar income levels see similar rates of crime. So actually, the social movement should be more about income inequality versus crime. I don't know, there's just something cringy about just always emphasizing race, and race is always the reason. I mean, you can throw in other statistics like, oh, what about this, what about that? But it just kind of makes the whole race on race issue a little weaker if you say stuff like that. I'm just saying. It just so happens that black people are still at an economic disadvantage because of the enduring consequences of America's racism throughout history. Okay. Well, let me rebuttal with this. If there's a neighborhood that's poor, I don't care if it's black or white. What are they supposed to do if there are no jobs there? How are they supposed to pull themselves out of poverty and not commit crime? And furthermore, how are businesses supposed to see that neighborhood as a good place to start a business that won't get ransacked or robbed or whatever if there's a lot of crime? Just income inequality, crime and income inequality, I think should be the focal point of these issues. But that's just my opinion because I'm white and I don't get a say. I didn't make the rules, this is just the world that I live in. If people just followed the law, they would be fine. Whether or not someone committed a crime does not mean they deserve to be killed. Yeah, this is the first thing I really agree with. Cops are not judge, jury, and executioner. Is that proper English? I don't think it is. Okay. You could say the cops cannot act as a judge, jury, or executioner, I think. I don't know. I don't teach English, but I just learned it years ago. Innocent people have been killed for fitting a description or for misdemeanors, or by accident because cops felt like it didn't fear repercussions. Felt like it and didn't fear repercussions. Okay, I mean, that's kind of a point. Do you think a cop would never profile a white tweaker-looking person with a dirty white t-shirt and sores on his face and like really long, scraggly hair? Would that mean he's racist against white tweakers if he did that? I mean, profiling people, it's kind of a judgy, it's kind of a touchy subject because they have to go on based on instinct and they risk their lives every day. And I don't give cops blowjobs or anything like that. I'm just saying, it's a risky situation. They do make mistakes sometimes. I don't think there's any reason for George Floyd dying that way. And for the most part, killing unarmed people of any color. But, a lot of times, if someone already pulls a gun on you, it's too late and you're dead. It's just, should there be better police training on how to deal with dicey situations like that? Yeah, sure, absolutely. But you're not gonna get that by defunding the police. If you see a pattern of people getting executed who got a warrant on their arrest, they were arguing with cops, they weren't cooperating, it's just a little bit harder for me to feel bad for them for getting killed. I'm pretty sure the number of unarmed black people has been going down steadily. The ones that were killed, I mean. I don't feel like pulling statistics out of my ass right now. So, fuck you guys. Why do I do these videos? Why do I torture myself? I don't disagree I don't know. I agree with a lot of stuff on this. I'm just kind of appalled that this type of shit exists. Like, don't even think. Don't even worry about it.
You don't need to say anything. We got you, dog. You're our boy, dog. Don't even trip.
If you're in an argument, support a movement no matter what. If you're in an argument, just research this and just regurgitate what we told you to say. That is how I'm interpreting this. Forget doing your own research and looking into your own shit, and we won't even let you be confused by whether or not you're getting the right sources. We're just gonna